Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Check this out. I have a 2023 Yukon XL SLT for us to tour today, and I am so freaking excited to dive in to this full-size family hauler. Special thanks to Dave Sinclair, Buick GMC here in St. Louis for loaning us the car for the afternoon. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of 3 and a certified child passenger safety technician. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments below which other vehicle I should tour. Let's get started. Okay, so this Yukon got a redesign in 2021 and it got quite the facelift. I'm absolutely obsessed with the exterior of this car. I'm gonna kind of compare this car to the Ford Expedition Max a lot since they're so similar. Exterior wise, the Yukon 100% takes the cake. I love the exterior. It's beefy, it's pretty, it's well designed, it's fresh, it's futuristic. It's really all the things that I look for in my exterior. Like I said, this is the SLT trim level, so it's that mid-tier trim. This one has an MSRP of $76,000, but I'll be sure to dive into all that gets you when we get to the interior. But for the front end, I mean, she's chromy, she's cute. What's not to like? Okay, moving along to her side profile. I would use the word long to describe her. So like I said, this is the Yukon XL, meaning it is the extended wheelbase. And what that gets you is 15 more inches in length. And most of that, if not all of that, is made up for in the trunk. Let's start by looking at these wheels, 20-inch rims on this SLT trim level, and then some additional nice chrome elements on it. I'm kind of loving her in black, especially with all the chrome. I think it looks great. GMC badging, Yukon right here. And then some nice chrome elements around the windows and chrome on the roof rails. We have running boards. They're not power, and I'm okay with that. My Expedition has power running boards, and they drive me crazy. I would imagine the higher trims probably do have power running boards. I like them simple. Okay, and then let's take a look at her back end. Nice and clean. Look how they tucked this wiper up underneath here, so you just have a nice, clean back end. Looks great. Red GMC logo, Yukon SLT trim. I'm kind of missing the XL. I guess on the older ones they said that it was an XL. I mean, obviously you can tell because this is the size of a bus, but I'm kind of feeling like I would like the XL badging back. Okay, that's the exterior. It's fresh. It's definitely my favorite looking of the full-size SUVs, but let's dive into the driver's seat, the car seat setup, and everything else this car has to offer. Let's start by breaking down the door panel of this Yukon XL. Kind of a lot of cubbies going on, not a lot of crazy design elements. So a little bit of soft touch like leather plastic up there, some wood trim, a little bit of chrome detailing. Overall, very simple. We do have power folding mirrors, memory seats, power windows, automatic windows, of course, all of those things. Let's take a look at the side cubbies. It works, not horrible, not the best. Mainly not horrible though. And then I love this like extra storage. Let me pull this a little closer to myself. I love when they have like a long one right here. I just find that so helpful for carrying like wallets, bags, umbrellas, like anything that you could possibly need. So overall door panel is looking pretty good. Let's get you on the other side though, and we'll kind of turn this thing on and start looking at some of the technology. Okay, here we are in the driver's seat of this Yukon XL, and there's kind of a lot to break down here, but overall it's a pretty simple interior design. There's not a lot of crazy different materials going on. It's not the craziest technology I've ever seen. So if you're someone who likes a more simple interior, more simple, easy to use technology, this car is checking those boxes. We do have a digital display. This has been updated since the 2021. I don't know what year, either 22 or 23, but now we find a digital dash, which is great. Gear selector right here. I like that it's up here. It's out of the way. It's easy to use. It's in front of my face. I don't have like a big thing down here. Overall, I'm a fan of that. As far as my steering wheel controls are concerned, again, super basic. Cruise control right here. I have automated cruise control as well, so I can set how many car lengths I want to stay behind the vehicle in front of me. Heated steering wheel, all of my Bluetooth things. Everything's pretty simple. Okay, so now let's break down this infotainment system. So it's a complete touchscreen. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and we also have some fun apps like Alexa, Google News, podcasts, just kind of some things like that. I also like that you can set up this split screen right here, so you could have like Google Maps, and then you could also have what radio station you're playing. I love a split screen. I think that's just super helpful. It's equipped with Google Assistant, so you can ask Google to do things for you. Can you tell me a joke?
Did you hear about the snowman that got upset when the sun came out?
No.
He had a total meltdown.
Anyway, infotainment system overall, I'm impressed with. I think it's, like I said, this car's just user-friendly. Things make sense. Is it the cutting edge of technology? No. Is it simple to use, easy to use while you're like driving down the road? Absolutely. I also like that on this side, I have a lot of my driver's assistance features that I can easily access. So if I quickly want to turn on like my 360 camera, I see my 360 view, I see my front camera, and then I can change this to show any number of views that I want. We've got some nice vents. These are actually a really large vents, so they're kind of putting off a lot of nice ventilation. And then we have a sunglass holder right there as well. Our hazards, and then we go down here where we have some more of our features. So we've got all of our audio controls right here, as well as some quick buttons like the home screen. And then we move into our climate control. That's kind of fun. I love the climate control knobs on here. I know this seems so specific, but I love that they're knobs because it's so easy to turn the temperature up or down. And I also love that I can see it right there. I think that just looks awesome. Like I said, everything's just super easy to use. Like I'm learning to appreciate that a lot. Heated seats, ventilated seats, like I said, heated steering wheel, wireless charger, USB, USB-C, all the things we would expect out of a $76,000 car. Okay, now we have the cup holders. It is no secret these are not necessarily best in class. However, this is a Stanley 30-ounce ice flow, and they do fit pretty good. So I'm overall impressed. Then we are met with our center console. I love that they have this like kind of grip pad to put your phone. I think that's awesome. And if we look inside, it's a very nice size center console. USB, USB-C, and then a light plus a little tray organizer. And then back here we have some additional cup holders, but they're smaller than these ones. I would say it fits overall, but it is smaller. I just wanted to point that note out. Okay, so we also have a panoramic sunroof, goes both into the first and the second row, letting in so much great natural light. And then let's take a look at the seats. I'm actually loving this contrast piping that's around the seats with the stitching. The seats are a little firm, but they're nice and wide. So I feel very comfortable in this car. Like I like that I can put my elbows right here. I like how high I sit. I mean, the car is very comfortable from a driver's perspective. And don't get me wrong, it's a bus. Like it's a big freaking car. But to me, it feels manageable. I'm also used to driving a bigger vehicle, so I would definitely make sure if you're interested, you get this thing, you test drive this, and you test drive this in the Target parking lot, girl. You have to go try to park it. I'm being serious because it is a production to park, but wait till you see the freaking space you're getting. Let's get to the second row. Okay, let me start by breaking down the car seat setup in this Yukon XL. So it can come in both a bench and captain's chairs. We have the captain's chairs today, but they also have a bench seat here we'll take a look at in a second. With the captain's chairs, you get 2 sets of lower anchors on either outboard seat in the second row. No lower anchors in the third row, however, every seat, so all 5 of these second and third row seats have their own tether anchor. This is an UPA Mesa car seat installed rear facing. I have this seat set for myself at about 6 feet tall, and check out that clearance. I mean, that is truly some best-in-class clearance right there. Here's a shot of the bench seat. Now, this is one of their customers' cars, so we didn't want to be like rude and try to install all of our 3 car seats, but they did let us take a look at it. So when you have the bench seat, you're getting lower anchors in all of these seats and tether anchors across the bench as well. This is a great bench seat. It can fit 3 of just about anything. It's nice and wide, but it is in fact a true bench. This is what we call a 60-40 split. So these 2 seats are connected, that seat is standalone. So that means like if you were to have a car seat installed here, this whole thing would move. So in the Expedition, there are 3 separate seats, which there's pros to that because then every seat acts independently. You can just move one seat instead of the entire bench. But either way, this is a nice wide bench that can accommodate a ton of different car seat setups. And then here's a shot of me in the second row of this Yukon XL. Look at this spacing. I mean, what else could I ask for? I have this seat set for myself at about 6 feet tall, and I still have so much freaking room. On top of all the space, I also have some good amenities on this Yukon XL. I have ceiling vents, heated seats, my own climate control, USB-Cs, and I have a 12-volt out there as well. I could also utilize these cup holders that are back here, so I feel like for a second row passenger, I like having my own cup holder. If we go to the door panel though, we're missing one major thing, and that, my friends, is sunshades. And the Expedition doesn't do sunshades either. And I need you guys to wake up on these full-size SUVs because we're buying them for our children, and you're putting them on the smaller cars, and you're not putting them on this car. So if you're from GMC, comment below why you did that. Okay, I also have nice leather back pockets right here, and then let's talk a little bit about how you can kind of move these seats forward and backwards. So there's nothing under here. You in fact do it on the side, which I'm actually kind of enjoying. You pull this lever forward, and you can slide forward. So this is me pushed all the way forward, giving the third row as much legroom as possible, and my knees still are not touching. So imagine if you go anywhere in between. I mean, super, super spacious. If I wanted to access the third row completely or put the seat down, it's what I call the fold and flip. It's the most dramatic of the third row accesses. Does that. maybe you could climb over, or you hit it again, and the entire seat flips up. I actually did find this very helpful when I was installing a car seat back there, because it was very easy to just take the car seat and put it back there. All right, here's a shot of me in the third row of this Yukon XL, and next to me I have a Graco Slim Fit LX3 installed in the middle. I wanted to really put this car to the test as a family hauler, so I put this seat in the middle, and I wanted to see if I could sit next to it on either side, and in fact I can. So do I think 3 car seats back here would work? Probably not. However, I like the option to be able to put 1 seat here, 1 seat on that side, and feel like I still am not losing all of my seats back here. And you can do that because this bench, although it doesn't have any lower anchors in the third row, it does have tether anchors in every single seat. One more thing I have to point out about the Yukon XL, and this stands for all of General Motors products, is they don't put headrests in their middle seat. And I would like them to, because this is a very dangerous seating position for anyone not in a car seat. The head restraints are so important to protecting you against whiplash in a collision. So it's my recommendation that you don't put anyone here who's not in a car seat, just because the seating position is so much more dangerous than the other seating positions in the car. But it worked well for this car seat because the headrest is built in. A few more third row amenities: ceiling vents, we love to see it, cup holder, additional storage space, and USB-C. Okay, so let's talk about my leg room, because I feel like a lot of people who are getting this car actually have passengers in the third row every single day. And I wanted to say that my leg room back here, even with this seat pushed all the way back, is excellent. My knees are not touching, my headroom feels good. I mean, I feel very comfortable. Like this, I basically feel like I'm in the second row of a midsize SUV. So the space of this car is just truly top notch. And then if you wanted to exit the third row, of course you could go through this nice wide aisle. I mean, this actually would make sense to get captain's chairs. So many of the midsize SUVs put this kind of thing out, and then the aisle's this big. And it's like, what's fitting through there? Surely nothing. I could actually get my body through this aisle of captain's chairs. But if you don't want to do that, there's actually a button right here. So it folds the seat down, and then you would just take this to flip the seat up. So that makes it super easy for a third row passenger to do. Everything I showed you, you basically get in a typical Yukon, but what do you get in the Yukon XL? How much better is the trunk space? Let's take a look. So like I said, you're getting 15 extra inches. Compared the Expedition to the Expedition Max, you're getting about 12 extra inches. So the Yukon XL or the Suburban is what you need if you need a maximum trunk space with the third row up. This is a Zoe twin double stroller. As you can see, it fits like laying down, which like never freaking happens. Plus I have all this additional storage right here. Let's take this out though and kind of check out what we're looking, kind of check out the space. Just so much freaking room. Like I always get asked by moms who have kids in sports, what has the best trunk space? It's this one. Hockey bags, golf bags. This is the car if you have to have that third row up all the time. Underneath here, a little bit of extra storage, kind of shallow, but it's something to talk about. All right, so you can actually put down both the second and the third row from the trunk for, again, maximum storage space. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this button right here. You have to keep it held. Hate that. But it actually goes down super fast, like crazy fast. And then that second row also folds down as well. And then you're left with an insane amount of trunk space. I mean, literally, like, you could fit a queen size mattress back here. All right, so that's going to wrap up this 2023 Yukon XL Tour. Overall, she's big, she's beautiful, and I think she's a great option for families looking for a lot of space, especially in the trunk. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.